These would be epic. You know what? We can honestly kind of just start. Oh, there we go. Loading. All right. TK, my man, how are you? And welcome in everybody else to another episode of So Let Me Ask You This, which are two buddies talking about life's trivial topics and insignificant issues. And Taylor, I have to start this one out with a sort of significant issue. I lost my wallet.
That's significant. Yeah, that is not an insignificant issue.
It is not an insignificant issue whatsoever. It's very significant, and it's significant in such a way because I am one of the people, apparently I'm one of the few and the proud who remain, who do not carry their wallet and phone together in the same case here. My case is just a standard, you know, if I drop my phone too far, it's going to break case, the same ones that I've had my entire life, right? Now, allegedly, because when I tweeted, I prayed to the wallet gods, everybody looked at me like I had, you know, 3 heads. So, lost my wallet, no ID, no credit card. I'm in Detroit of all places. We'll get to the house.
Not
we'll
the
get
place
to the traveling aspect. Well, first of all, nowhere is the place to lose a wallet, especially not at home, right? Because if you lose a wallet at home, at least you lose it at home. You imagine that you have the other things that you have around that you can prove, yes, I am, in fact, who I say I am, right? They're not necessarily checking my Twitter account to see, oh, this is you, you know, at the bar, so on and so forth. Got lucky, got a printed out copy of my driver's license and some other identification. That's how I was able to fly back home. That's another story for another day. Because what happened today, well, really it was yesterday. Yesterday it really all started. I sat back. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. I got back yesterday. Too late to really do anything with the, you know, the DMV and the bank and everything was closing. And plus the gift and the curse of California time, the game started 5:30 out here, which, you know, it's pretty early, but it's also kind of hard, you know, to for me, I don't want to miss the first minute of the game. So, you know, I said, let me prioritize on Monday. Let me prioritize on Monday so I can get my Tuesday and just knock it out of the way. So Tuesday kind of came and went, but Wednesday I was going to get at it. I knocked out some of the things on Tuesday, right? I did. I got a lot of things done, but Wednesday was driver's license day. Okay. I go online, and California DMV has this thing. It says online wait time for appointments. It said, what do you think it said first? California DMV, what do you intend that it's going to say for the online wait time at, say, around 12:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday of June 30th?
In any other state, I would say it would be a very swift process. But in California, I've heard that it is very similar, if not the exact same, to Texas, which is an absolute nightmare. So I imagine it may have said an hour, 30 minutes.
Okay. This thing said 10 minutes.
No,
and 10 minutes for an appointment and 10 minutes if you don't have an appointment. I'm thinking like, you know, but it's the middle of the day. Everybody started to go back to, maybe everybody's at work. Okay, cool. You know, so I go and I drive up and I send you a video. And there's a pretty significant amount of people outside.
For those viewers, look, I was going to say, for those viewers that are out there that don't have the visual, because he sent me the video personally and not on Twitter, it was definitely not a 10-minute wait. 10 minutes between people. But 10 minutes in totality, absolutely not.
But one thing I've come to realize throughout 2020 and 2021, as we've been dealing with the social distancing and all of that and facial coverings and so on and so forth, I am not nearly as good as ascertaining how long a line is anymore. Right? Because in California, we're still having like 6 feet between people, which I can, you know, I don't hate, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, so I'm looking like it's really hard to judge. So I sit down, I'm listening to a podcast. I'm in the middle of a Twitter argument about the Lakers not signing Ty Lue as their head coach. You know, I feel like they would be in a such better place. That's a conversation for another day. I'm going to get paid to have that. Right. But, but I'm sitting there listening to a podcast, and a woman comes out about 7 minutes into my 10-minute wait, of which I've moved a little bit. And she says, you all are in the walk-up line The appointment line is waiting for 2.5 hours minimum. That's why this line is moving slower than the walk-up line. And so I'm like, okay, but on the website, it said 10 minutes. Right. And so I'm like, so I kind of, I'm like, no, on the website, I kind of, I have on my paperwork.
Spoke up.
Yeah, I have
you
all
said it with your chest. You brought it to the forefront. You let them know, hey, 10 minutes was what was said online.
I just wanted to be like, I felt like I had, you know what it was? I felt
you had to make your voice heard.
So confident in my research. I knew I had the appropriate documents necessary to get my license done. There was nothing. I had my appropriate license replacement for it. Right. I had followed every step that the state of California was going to need me to do as a law-abiding citizen to get back out there on the road. Okay.
All right. You're ready. You're ready.
I was ready. And they told me that in return for all that, if I sat there for 10 minutes, you know what? I budgeted an hour. I even told you, I was like, they said 10 minutes. We'll see how long this takes. Right? I budgeted a hefty amount of time. But that woman said it's going to be 3 to 4 hours. And I said, well, okay, well, if that's the case, ma'am, why isn't that reflected on the website wait time? Because then I would have never even came here today. Right? I would have never came here. I just would have booked an appointment and just had to deal with
for another day. Yeah.
Right. No, well, at the end of the day, if there's going to be 2.5 to 3 hour lines, I'm going to be in the appointment one. Right. That's the way I'm going to go about this situation. So she says, no, it's that long after you get your ticket.
Wow.
And it was at that moment I just put my headphones back in and I chose to walk with God. And I was like, you know what? Have a blessed day, man. I hope, at the end of the day, you work here. But, I wish that your website would reflect the current policies. But and you know what I was thinking as I pulled out of there, as I'm driving with my paper facsimile driver's license, I'm thinking, man, you know what? This is really all the people who are like, I'm not getting a vaccine shot because the federal government is going to track me. Like, have you ever done anything with the government and it worked smoothly and it worked easily? And if you ever what evidence is there that they would have the ability to do so? Right? I can't go get a California driver's license in 3.5 hours. What do you think that they're gonna? How can
you can't do that? You can't do the same thing. I mean, Texas is the same situation. The DMV itself is just a mess. My sister, who just turned 18, is looking to get her license, but in order to get her license now, even though she's taken the courses, she has to take another class because she turned 18 and in turn her permit expired. So now she has to take another class, which requires her to go to the DMV and then take the class and then go back to the DMV that she can't get an appointment for until like September. So she's just without a license out here. So Texas is similar. I did want to say though, as far as those wallet phone cases things, it's a gift and a curse with that. I don't have one of those. I don't have one of those because I, especially with the child now, tend to not have my phone very often. So the situation where you don't have your phone, now you're without your phone and your wallet. Like, what happens if you lose your phone? Now you've lost two things as opposed to one. So I'd rather at least
that was always my logic.
Have one or two. Yeah.
That was always my feeling.
Because you can use Apple Pay and things like that. Yeah, exactly.
Now I will say this. This is my overarching lesson that I'm taking away from this moment. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm downsizing in general.
Okay.
I'm mitigating my risk. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm going wallet phone case. I'm going wallet phone case.
Okay.
However, this is why I'm only going ID in phone case.
Yeah, word.
What I've come to realize is that in today's day and age, everybody takes Apple Pay everywhere.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, as long as you are in a city or something like that, absolutely, yeah, for the most part.
I traveled across the country from one metropolitan area to another with a stop in Las Vegas, by the way. And everything I was able to do just doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. They all take it. So what does that mean for me going forward? I don't need to carry this big old wallet with my cards and insurance information, so on and so forth. I need something that says I'm me. Okay.
Right.
So I'll have my ID, and I'm also trying to come up with another like alternative thing that I could also probably have, right? Because I feel like I should maybe I'll bring my AAA card as well at all times. That feels like.
I mean, I guess, yeah, that's a form of identification. I'm just like, that's what you're going with, the AAA.
I mean, think about the times that you've been in a bad spot.
And my name.
No. Think about the times you've been in a bad spot. Who's got your back? If you got
AAA, 100%. I am 100% a AAA member as well. So I'm with you. I can't knock it. And you are right.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, because if I'm what I've come to realize, if I just am down bad if I lost my wallet, but not down as bad enough. I can't move across the country. I can't do anything. But AAA, I might not be able to move.
Right.
No, man. Yo, BJ, the legend, the guy. BJ just dropped in the chat.
BJ, what's the deal, man? What's the deal? No, BJ's not out here losing his wallet. I will let everybody know too that your wallet, because I gave you shit for it when you were out here. Your wallet was like this big, like it was a burger wallet, bro. Like I walk around with the slim wallet. That's my go-to. Typically, it's because my pants fit the way that most guys' pants fit.
What you trying to tell me? What you trying to tell me that my pants don't?
That you had a big ass wallet. That was it.
But I'm saying my pants did fit though.
No, definitely. But you could just see your wallet through your pants, but at the end of the day, man, yeah, I'm glad that you got it all fixed, because I was going to ask you too, like how you got back home and if you traveled with a wallet as well as a passport, because you got some people like that, but then it's like you get to thinking, well, what happens if I lose my passport? Now I'm absolutely just
okay. So that's another thing I'm going to do. I normally travel with my passport and leave it with my belongings and wherever I'm staying at,
right?
Because I'm not traveling somewhere that I'm thinking. Well, it's just honestly because it's not to be ridiculous. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at traveling, as we can tell maybe from what's going on here in this whole DMV story. I've experienced these things enough I've been in that 3-hour wait line with no appointment just to get turned around. Okay, because I didn't have the right form. I'm a veteran. I'm a 10-year vet at fucking this up. Okay, I'm so familiar with it.
Okay,
all right. I got so excited just now. I low-key lost my train of thought when I was talking about why I carry my passport with me, because I live 10 minutes. I live literally 5 minutes from LAX, and the amount of times that I have been like, "Ooh, I almost forgot my passport" on the way to an international flight, that if I lived maybe 15 minutes from LAX, I would be missing so many of them. So now it's in my list of things to pack. Even when I traveled, I brought my passport with me to Texas, even though y'all a little crazy down there, just in case, just want to show, hey, I am an American. But
gotcha. I'm
gonna bring my passport with me when I travel, and not carry it out with me in the world like I was today, because I need an actual form of government ID. But I'm thinking if I'm just going to the grocery store, moving and shaking, or if especially I'm going out to the bar to have one or two and watch the game, all I'm bringing is I'm bringing as little as possible. Yeah,
gotcha. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, in 2021 with technology and things like that too, you have so many ways of pulling up forms of identification just on your phone. And I was like, within Texas, you can order actually a new ID and things like that online. So I'm surprised you can't do that in California. But hey, man, I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that you made it home safe, and I wish you the best of luck. But speaking of traveling, though, you were talking about traveling and things like that. House guests, right? We spoke about house guests last week, and this week we posed a question via our Twitch channel while playing Warzone. If you're having house guests, right, and we've all had people come stay with us and things like that, if you have an extra room especially, how do you feel about sex within that house or within that room from that guest, or the act of sex during their stay? How do you feel about that if somebody is getting down in your household?
Well, see, here's the thing. We're all adults at this point in this grand scheme of life. At this we've all experienced intercourse at some point in time and staying at somebody else's house at some point in time. Probably the former before the latter. Right. So, or whichever. I always mess that one up. Anyway, I don't pretend to imagine what happens in the rooms of my guests. However, I don't want to even, if I have any knowledge of what's happening, I think that's really the genesis of what the problem is, right? It's like, hear no evil, see no evil, is no evil, right?
Got it. Following.
I mean, if I don't know, I put it like this. You, as a house, the opposite of a house guest, somebody who's hosting a house guest, a house host.
Yeah, house. Yeah.
Right. A house host, right? Are you not changing the sheets between guests? Like are you not washing them things in between, regardless of what's going on? So that's kind of where I get down to the nitty-gritty of it. Are these actions impacting your life? If so, then I think you have a problem.
I'm with you. I don't want to hear it. If you gonna get you in the other room, that's cool. But please don't make it awkward. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're not in college. We're not roommates. There's no situation like that. So I don't want to hear y'all fucking. But if y'all just happen to get down, hey, do so in your own peace. You don't have to tell me nothing, because at the end of the day, when you left my house and you stayed and it was none of that going on, the sheets got changed. You know what I mean? The sheets in the guest room, in my household at least, get changed as much as the linen does in my own bedroom. So it as far as that is concerned, it ain't gonna make me no difference. I just don't want to hear it. Because if I hear it, then it's awkward, especially depending on who you are. I got a little cousin that's coming to stay with me. I call her little, but she's a grown woman who's coming to stay with me and her significant other. I don't want to hear it. That's it. You know what I mean? If things happen, they happen. But leave me.
I got news for you. Your little cousin ain't so little. She's traveling to come visit you in your home. Exactly.
Yeah, she's a grown woman. She's more than welcome. I actually prefer a younger adult as opposed to like a great auntie coming to stay. You know what I mean? I would 100%.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me, honestly, because when somebody comes to stay with me, I've laid such intense ground rules prior to that. I feel like people understand that.
What are you sending? Are you sending a list before they come?
I've been known to send a checklist of things to expect. Not necessarily for a weekend or a couple of days, but if you're coming to be here for a while, there are some things that we're going to have to agree upon prior to you entering in. And if not, that doesn't mean we don't have to be friends. That just means we can't share the same space because, for example, it's 4:09 on June 30th, and I'm ostensibly working at the moment. If you want to come in here and have, band practice, it's not going to work. It's just fundamentally it's not going to work. So you're referencing your job and your schedule as a whole, essentially, right? Like, so you don't say ground rules like don't come in and out my house and you better close the windows and don't touch the AC. But what are you're more so referencing your schedule and the reason why you say, hey, I get up for work at 4:00 in the morning, no loud music after 9:00. Is so after 2 weeks of loud music at 9:00, you don't come out of here and say, yo, don't you notice I get up for work at 4:00 in the morning? So right. No, we've already had a mature and understanding conversation about this. So therefore, we should have no issues going forward because we're two mature adults who both paying our rent, right?
You've had a guest for 2 weeks at a time?
I've had people come and stay for a month. People come stay for a month, 2 months. But also, like, there's different expectations of what's going to happen in that period in time, right? But at the end of the day, this was always mine. Now, one of the places that I've been more frequently in the last year, in the last 3 months than I have in the whole year, is the airplane. which, I mean, you're in an airplane. It's obviously it's tight, all of that. You know, it's tough, and plus everybody's anti to get out, right? Everybody's trying to have two summers at once, and all right, just to get this out the way, I was flying Spirit Airlines. I fly Spirit Airlines on occasion because I find that flights are too expensive sometimes, and I find that I have flexible travel plans.
If you don't fly Spirit, you're flexing, because I fly Spirit. I mean, have you seen those deals? Shit.
Well, exactly. And after a certain point in time, some of the negative things that come with flying on Spirit Airlines, I will just eat that and be okay. Okay, I'll be fine with that. Sure, okay. If a Delta ticket was the same flights, I'd be flying Delta. However, absolutely, I am not, and I have flown Spirit on so many occasions, especially for things like work conferences that I was trying to get to that I didn't necessarily have work compensation for. Like that, it was like, it would be really great if I was here. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm bringing like one suit because I'm going for work. I've now learned how to kind of game the system of the random check-ins and the gate logins and so on and so forth to not get seat screwed.
Bro, one thing is a fact though, besides the seats, we'll come to your seats in one second. I just want to say, flying Spirit, you will become a fucking pro at packing that one carry-on. You know what can fit in there, how it can fit, and how you are going to finagle your way without paying a damn bag fee. Because the bag fees on Spirit, that's really the problem. They ride just as rough as every damn other plane, in my opinion. The seat's a little bit small, but besides that, they ride the same. A plane is a plane is a plane. But that one bag, oh boy, I done figured out.
And that's honestly, the biggest thing for me about Spirit is the seat selection. That's the big, because the bag, if I'm going for somewhere that long, I'm probably gonna buy a better flight. But if I'm going for, I mean, Spirit's the Greyhound bus. I'm not going. I'm getting on the Greyhound with my duffel bag, and I'm going out for the weekend. I'll come back on Monday. Yeah, that's a Spirit flight, right? But you are right. I'll be zigzagging that bad boy. I got two things for you if you're trying to pack for a Spirit flight. Okay, packing cubes. Packing cubes is the first thing. Okay. Go to your local Marshalls, Ross, TJ Maxx, whatever, and find some packing cubes. Get one for the size of your underwear, one for your t-shirts, one for your pants. You will have enough space to fit anything in. You could fit your car in your carry-on if you do that. Okay, packing cubes.
I never heard of packing cubes before.
I don't understand how it makes sense, right? But it somehow will take and will just compress your shirts and just takes them and it just makes everything fit perfectly. Okay. The second one. Put, like, those shoe bags that we had in high school that we all use as backpacks?
Yeah, facts, yeah.
So there was just bags, like literally bags that you would carry to your shoes. And I don't know if high school kids are still doing it. I haven't seen any in a long time.
We carried books in those drawstring bags.
Yeah. They were like a drawstring bag with a Jordan strap or whatever. Anyway,
they ripped after 5 minutes.
Get a new one, fold it up, put it inside your Spirit carry-on. Then when you land, wherever you at, get out, take one of them things, that one thing that was breathing a little tight in there for that 2 hours, take it out, put it in your drawstring backpack, boom. Personal item, carry on. Gaming assistant.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That was for free. I'll be doing a Spirit tutorial. You can follow me or at me on Cash App at Barra Weiss for more Spirit flying tips, or follow me on TikTok. Right? Because apparently, I don't know if you haven't been on travel TikTok. I know we're getting to TikTok in a little bit, but we'll get to travel TikTok in a minute. I'm sure there's Spirit flight hacks on there for sure.
100%.
But so I got window seat, but I got a connection on the way back from Detroit to LA.
Okay.
And my connection was in Las Vegas. Normally, that's my one thing. I will turn my nose up at connections, but if anybody who knows me knows I like to play a little. I like to add a little more excitement to my sports watching experience. There's something that is about Vegas that just puts a smile on my pearly whites. Right? There's something about Vegas that just gives me a feeling of opportunity, and it's a good place to go, only for a day or two, right? Because you never know how it's going to end up.
It's a lot of homeless people out there that had that same feeling when they landed.
So but you catch me for an hour and 15 layover in Vegas. Something makes me feel next time I come back to this sucker, and I'm going back at the end of next month. So I'm looking forward to a good weekend. Anyway,
okay,
hit my hour layover, go, and I got an aisle seat this time. Okay, so it's an hour, it's an aisle, whatever. But I haven't flown in an aisle seat, and this I tell you, I'm a master at this spirit shit. I was flown in an aisle seat in I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, right? It feels like literally so long that it's not even. I can't remember what it's like to not be in the window. So I'm sitting there, chilling. All of a sudden, anarchy reigns. The woman sitting in the window seat lifts the window, from closed to up.
What time of day is it?
It's 2:00 in the afternoon, local Vegas time.
Right. It's bright and hot.
It's TK. It's like literally 87 degrees on the plane currently. You know what I'm saying? And the thing just landed, and they've been running the air. You know what I'm saying? The air conditioning is on full blast. It is hot. It doesn't matter in this sucker. It's hot. Okay, right. It's hot. So.
And it's spirit, so you're a little bit close.
Yeah, it's hot and we tight. We tight there. You know what I mean? And
you can reach over and touch the other window from this seat. I can reach over and touch that. I can raise that window from this seat in the aisle.
So I look over at the woman and I tweet, right? Because this is. Some people use Twitter in different ways. I try to use Twitter as a barometer of how is this public situation going to go. Some people use it to ask questions they should Google. Some people use it to get off terrible ideas and opinions. I'm I'm in a predicament here. I have choice A or choice B. What do you guys think I should do? Right? That's my general, when I think of Twitter, that's my general use. And then obscure food takes. So I tweet, does window seat person have autonomy over the window? Do they just get to decide what? And the answer, first, let me ask you, what is your opinion on that matter?
100%. I can't lie. Sucks to suck, bro. I'm sorry that you're sitting in the aisle, but guess what? I got the window seat because that person may not have had a connecting flight. That may have been the seat that they purchased. So I'm sorry, bro, but yeah, I control this window here. You control if I go to the bathroom or not, because you could just not let me out.
Okay, see, and so that is the incredibly problematic opinion that I found. It was not necessarily that window seat person owned autonomy over the window seat. I get it. People don't get a lot. Some people don't fly often. Now, I feel like if I ask you, hey, it's really hot out, you mind waiting until we get up in the air to let the window up? And you're I feel like if you're not a jerk about it, you should just, hey, please, right? Yeah. But is it that now? I feel like this is my first time flying, and all right, whatever. See, but that's my energy is all right, whatever.
But did you asked her this?
No, I didn't actually. That's not how. Okay. I'll get to the end of the story in a second. I didn't. I wanted to try to tell you what the situation was of
what's going on in your head.
Because there was somebody who tweeted that. There was somebody who tweeted, if I bought the ticket, I own the window. And if you bought the aisle, you own the bathroom.
Essentially.
No, that's madness. That's absolute incredibly madness. No. If you sit in the aisle seat, there is an expectation that somebody may, at some point in time, have to use the restroom to get up. That's why there are restrooms on the plane. Now, that same expectation does not reside for the window. Absolutely. If you have to get up and go to the bathroom 5, 6, 7 times, then all right, bro, what's going on? And in those instances, hey, would you like to switch sheets? Okay, because you're clearly having some things that you're working through. Understandable. It happens to everybody. But in general,
how you look asking somebody what's going on?
Hey, but you know what?
Hey, yo, my man. Hey, yo, my man. Is your bladder okay? Like, what is the deal with you, bro?
But this is your last piss. No one would ever ask that because, like, no one would ever. It would just be like, that's a very embarrassing situation. I'm like,
for sure.
You feel for the person who's playing, hot potato, getting up and down every single time the plane cruises up and down 10,000 feet. That's why you're like, hey, man, you want to switch spots? You want to do this because I'm trying to get this nap off, and you're really not letting me have it. Okay, so it's like that's really the end of here.
So I must admit, I'll be 100% transparent with you. Vegas, as a matter of fact, headed to Vegas. Our good friend Ty and I, we're going out there, and we have been drinking since the morning and really since the night before. You saw the video, as a matter of fact, recently from when we walked to Waffle House at like 4 a.m. Like we were just turned. It was first time in Vegas, everything like that. Dude, my bladder is already like this big. It's the size of a little kid bladder, and I know that. I drink a lot of water, but we're not going to go there. Anyway, I was definitely the guy that had to go to the bathroom like 4 times. And when it came down to that last time when I knew I had to go, boy, I almost exploded because I was like, I can't ask this lady to let me stand up one more time. Like, I can't do it. I cannot go to the bathroom one more time.
See, so here's my thing. If you are you, what you need to do is if you know by time 2, hey, this ain't stopping. This ain't stopping. Yeah. I'm not stopping. I'm sorry. But none of these physical things, none of these physical problems that you literally cannot control. Like after a certain period in time, it's coming out regardless. You can't tell me that you just have to see the sun. Okay, you can't tell me that you just have to see the sun as it rays down on the 98-degree McCarran International Airport tarmac in Las Vegas. As another spirit hack, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I get it's June. I'm still wearing a sweatshirt. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to bring one with.
You're that guy. Yeah, you're that guy. You like because then she could respond to you. Well, take your sweatshirt off. Sucker.
Okay, and that's why this is how the story ends. I first I was just so outraged by that comment that I was like on the timeline waiting to see if anybody else would have something else to say. And in the meantime, her son in the middle seat, by the grace of God bless that boy's father, because he looked at her mother, he looked at his mother and said, "Are you crazy?" And she, boy couldn't have been any older than 15 years old. He looked over and said, "Are you crazy?" She said, "What?" "It's hot. Put that down." Sure enough, I said, you know what? If we had a little bit more time before tweeting off, I would have tweeted, man. Thank you to my boy. I would have asked his name.
Yeah, all heroes don't wear
bro.
capes. Yeah,
I'm saying, man, the younger generation has not completely failed us.
Right. That's real. No, that's and then I feel like with the window shade too, you kind of got to go with the crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take your pick, look around the plane. It's like, okay, his is down, his is down. His is up, but he looks a little weird. All right, hers is down. His is down. I'm gonna leave mine down. You know, like you kind of have to evaluate the situation, bro. You know,
and for me, here's the situation. The situation is almost entirely destination dependent. Like we're flying from Vegas to LA, close the damn window. Okay, we're flying into Omaha, close the damn window. Like we're flying into like, and if you want to see the plane coming in, that's one thing. You know, we're flying from California to Texas. So we're literally it's the desert. If you've seen a minute of it, you've seen an hour of it. Okay, close the window. Now, if we're flying over the Rockies, there's only so much that you're gonna see. Get out and go look at it if you really you go into the Caribbean, something like that. You get people on the vacation vibe.
For sure.
I can understand that a little bit more.
If it's a place like that, though, you can guarantee the window shade is going to be up 100%.
Right. I understand. You say you miss planes. You don't miss travel, buddy. I tell you that. You miss being other places. That's what you miss.
Yeah,
you miss going places.
I haven't been on a plane. I haven't been in an airport. I haven't done anything like that in, well over a year. And I don't know the next time I'm actually going to be traveling. So yeah, I miss that aspect, but
yeah. Well, I know the next time I'll be traveling, and then another time I'll be traveling after that. So yeah, I am out and about. But one of the things that so,
Martin be so tickled before the statement. Martin gets so tickled. To y'all like watching and listening, like, do you see this man? This man is joked out. I'll be on the edge.
No, because it's because I just thought back to one of the classic arguments that I've had with Michiganders over the years, as somebody who owns a ownership in Michigan, right? Like when I went to Michigan, like I went home. Like everybody asked me when I'm going home to Michigan. One of my friends from high school just got married, right? People most of the time go to their hometown to do so, even though I'm not from there. One of the things that I've always argued with Michiganders about is the food options in the city and the quality of them.
Okay.
I have long since stood like Detroit has okay food. Detroit does not have great food. If you look on this, but you will run into a lot of people in Michigan who will hear this and be like, "Oh, Detroit don't have great food. You crazy? We got this. We got that. We got this. We got that."
What, corned beef sandwich?
And I'm not going to, again, the things that are Detroit delicacies, I generally tend to enjoy. So this is not coming from a place of like, I can't stand it. This is coming from a place of like where people say Scarface is as good as The Godfather, right? Like I enjoy both of these things at a level, but one of these things is great cinema. One of these things makes me feel really good, right? Like I understand these two differences and I can have these debates in that way. Because you're not going to sit here and have me talk bad about a corned beef sandwich. I like the corned beef sandwich.
I feel that. I'm just saying it's not holding its weight against crawfish, though.
I tend to agree.
I mean, Coney dogs are phenomenal. I love the Coney. I love the atmosphere in the Coney. I love needing the fact that you got to keep your head on the swivel in the Coney. I love the bulletproof glass in the Coney. I love Coneys. But
I might get my wallet taken in this Coney. Not necessarily taken like from gunpoint, but also taken if you just put it down on the table and turn your head one quick and then it's over with.
Literally.
And it's gone. Like there's no turning. That was the worst thing about it. I'm not trying to paint Detroit in a bad light or anything of that nature. But I knew after I saw that my wallet was gone, I knew that it was gone. Like there was over. It was do not pass go. Do not collect $200. My wallet was over with. Somebody collected $200 from me.
Somebody is out there, Martin Weiss, right now. I can tell you that for sure. There is somebody in the city that is Martin Weiss right now. 100%.
But so I actually saw a post on Instagram the other day. Okay. It kind of leads into one of the things that we were just talking about earlier about a kind of American foods, right? Hot dogs have become increasingly less popular across the United States as we've gotten older.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and this is something like a hot dog was not something that I had strong opinions about growing up in Louisiana, right? Because in Louisiana, you will eat a lot of anything. A hot dog, like people who say, I saw how it was made. It's like, yo, I know people who live where these things are things way worse than hot dogs are made.
Slamming it every night. They the cheese with the keep going.
Yeah, if you grow up in South Louisiana, you have a different palate, and it's just expanded in a way that is not very unique to America. But I moved to Detroit, and I bump into things like corned beef sandwiches and Coney dogs and so on and so forth, and I find the value in all of them, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm with conflicting odds because I saw a post. And I imagine with the 4th of July coming up, there's going to be a lot of hot dog slander, or as I'll say now, as it's been transformed to glizzies. Which, to be honest, if it was called a glizzy in 2007, they probably could have sold it in Detroit too for $7 instead of 2 for $5.
What?
But by 2020, people will be buying less of them.
Yeah,
are calling them something else. They would have a shortcut nickname. but they would still be being bought. But the Glizzy's name in 2020, 2021 is not hitting very well. I'm just curious about your thoughts on the overall hot dog. Like, because it's definitely a thing that we're shaming hot dog eaters now. But I will bang a Detroit Coney. I say I'm not ashamed to admit it as I do this.
Bro. I said proud. Tuesdays, where it's 99 cents. Give me a Coney with everything on it. Some chili cheese fries to match. So, as far as hot dogs are concerned, quick story time. When I met my wife, right, I was working as a postal worker. I was delivering mail during the holiday season.
He's the mailman,
right? The mailman.
Have you ever heard "The Mail Must Go Through"?
No. Is that a song?
Oh, yeah. It's just a song. The mail must go through. I used to listen to it all the time as a kid. My dad will never let me forget it. But essentially, the postal office motto was, "We got to see it through, my boy."
Got to see it through, my boy. Listen, you want to know the day that I knew that I was done with this shit? I went to work at 5 a.m. and I got off at 11 p.m. I said, "Oh no. Oh no. And I had to be back at 5 a.m. Oh no, sir. This is not for me. But all that to say, I was slamming hot dogs from Quick Trip during that time because you got to get the mail out. I mean, the quicker I get the shit done, I can go home, at least in theory. Now, it's a lot. If you're the bottom of the totem pole, you're going to be out there until all the mail is gone because you got to see it through, my boy. But when it comes to thought process, it's let me get this done so I can go home. So everything is eating quick, eating on the go. And so I was banging hot dogs because at Quick Trip, they're like 2 for $1.50 or something like that. And really, I don't have any beef with them. I'm not going to lie. Like, they weren't that bad. But to the day, my wife and her family would not let me. They're like, yeah, you were eating hot dogs when you met her. I'm like, yo, it wasn't.
Yeah, what's that mean? I'm eating hot dogs now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I eat a hot dog if it's cooked right. Like now I got a little bit more self-respect now. I don't want the microwaved hot dog with the bread as the bun. Like you gotta dress it up for a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give me a little bit more. But I eat a hot dog, bro. They're getting a bad rap right now, bro. It's not fair.
Everything in moderation. Now, if you're sitting there now, sure. I have been in the grocery store and seen the people who will come out and buy out the ballpark Franks.
Oh, come on. Son.
Like, you can, I don't know if this is true for you, but I've started going to the grocery store way more. And you can always tell what's on sale
across the street
because, when you start to go to the grocery store like daily, once or twice, I don't know if other people do this, but like seems that all the men that I know go to the grocery store.
We don't like the grocery shop. It's like, I'll just go today and I'll go tomorrow.
It's either that or like the women who are cooking on a more regular basis have optimized grocery shopping in a way that we have neglected to thus far, right? Two things can be true in any event. Sure. I've now noticed what's on sale for the week because it'll be like, damn, on Monday that lady sure had a lot of
chicken
ham.
Thighs.
Yeah, chicken. Yeah, sure have a lot of chicken thighs. And it's like, wow, that lady's walking there with 6 rotisserie chickens. That's intense. And then I started to pick it up, but I lost train of thought. I started thinking about this.
You can only you were saying about the lady that was buying out the ballpark Franks. You can only be that person if you got like a billion kids or you run a daycare. And so it's like, yo, the kids got to eat.
See, that was my question. Where are these rotisserie chickens going? That's why that was my curiosity. Is like, yo, you got like 8 of these things, and this is perishable. I hope this is going to a good cause.
I'm sure it is. I'm not much of a leftover person. I'm not sure if you are, but I'm not much of a leftover person. So like, we try to like either give stuff away if we cook too much of it, and or eat it for dinner and then eat it for lunch. But that's all you're gonna get from me is 2 meals. I'm not gonna eat even Thanksgiving food at this point in my life. I don't eat past like.
Well, wait a second. I think that how long are you intended to keep food? I mean, well, how much leftover do you have
until it's gone?
Boy, I mean, how much if you eat it at dinner and then eat it at lunch the next day, how much food do you have left over?
You could have cooked a lot. Like last night, we made a pot roast. There's a lot in there. I know for a fact we're going to be throwing away a lot of it.
So yesterday I made 3 chicken breasts. I had 1 chicken breast today. I'm gonna have another chicken breast tomorrow, and I'll probably have another one at lunch. Are those leftovers? Right. I don't know if that's leftovers.
That's meal prep. They've renamed leftovers.
But it does
prep nowadays too.
But it doesn't have meal prep vibes. It has leftover vibes. Like I don't have it in the cool little box. I didn't list it out like Sunday through Wednesday or Wednesday through Friday. I literally just was like, yo, I'm mad hungry. I'm about to smack this. I gotta put something in the oven. And one of the things, I was on the phone with my buddy Alex, who's a great chef, and I was like, bro, I got chicken breast and seasoning in front of me. Tell me what to do. And he told me what to do. And ever since then, I've been repeating the procedure, and it's been working pretty well. So
you're gonna be tired of chicken breast soon. So speaking of American,
I've mixed up the seasonings. I mix up the seasonings a lot.
There you go. Little with this, little with that.
A little Cajun, a little Italian, a little garlic and claw, you know what I'm saying? A little onion powder over there.
Boys be feeling fancy in there when you get the Salt Bay in it. Yeah, you feel fancy.
That's my favorite. Before we get into my favorite thing about recipe culture, right? Because I find myself on the wrong side of it too often because I don't know how to make anything without reading the directions first, right? Like this is some of my biggest things. It's why you are overthinking it lives behind me because I need somebody to tell me what are the first few steps before I can really get started.
I cook, and I cook pretty well.
So if you ever write a recipe, and please put the recipe items and how and steps in the beginning, and not how you felt that day and how this food made you feel and how after you were able to make this. Oh man, I'm telling you, Google a recipe, any recipe that you want, and click on the first 3 links that aren't like just strictly like allrecipes.com, because that's kind of like not made for you and I, right? So you go down a little bit and you're trying to find and you're trying to find something that's got a little bit of oomph to it, a little bit of juice to it. I'm telling you, all you're gonna find is how this meal just meant so much to this person who was able to provide for their family after they just made it. And it was really quick and easy, and the cleanup was so fast. Like, just give me the raw
come on, what you
details.
Put in your potatoes? What did you put in your potatoes, my baby?
How long? How long? What are they supposed to look like? Tell me what they look like on the way out. Not what Johnny's soccer practice looked like. I don't care. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, to be real, it maybe if this recipe comes out fire, I'll read the rest of the page. I don't care. Maybe this food would make me feel as much as it made you feel when you wrote all this shit down. But this is all why. This is all going into our next topic.
Yeah. So I was just gonna ask. I had the thought. American food is cool. Burgers, hot dogs, French fries, even though they're called French fries, which makes absolutely no sense. None at all. But that said, what is your favorite foreign food? What is your top tier level foreign foods? And why is America last? Because anybody that says American food is their favorite is instantly like, get you and your glizzies, get out of here. Like we don't want to talk to you.
Get your glizzies and your corned beef and skedaddle.
Move it.
So I think this is the best way to do it. I'm going to borrow from my buddy Dave Damashek. Let's do Win Place Show. You familiar with Win Place and Show?
I am not.
It's horse racing. So you have show is third place, place is second, and there you go.
Win. Gotcha. Number 1, 2,
I'm gonna have to go with show. My show. I truly do enjoy French breakfast. However, I'm often lost when we get too far down the menu. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the Louisiana in you.
Yeah, I stay in the rivers and lakes that I am used to when I go to French food in general, I have a soft spot, but like I said, I dabble. My place, I can go Italian all day. Italian, I love Italian food. However, those pastas will have you looking like James Gandolfini, and that's not what I'm looking forward to. Okay, so the number one food, my win, is Mexican food. However, as I've come to realize, as I've traveled Mexico, it's actual Mexican food and the American representation of Mexican food as well. But it is something about that combination of flavors and spices that just it sings to me in a different way. Like if you come here and you're at like, hey, what can we eat that's banging? 9 times out of 10, my first recommendation is going to be a taco spot, and then we can go like down to 2 more recommendations, and I'll bring back. Are you sure we don't want tacos?
Okay. I'm with you. Okay. Now, do you like Tex-Mex?
I like Mexican food, bro. So I'm not too far into.
All right, I'm with you.
I've liked it my entire life. Like it's just something about it's got all the things. It's got everything that I like. It's deployed perfectly.
Okay. For me, my show, which is third, my show is gonna have to be Chinese. I love Chinese. It used to be. See, I know America is getting smoked when it comes to food, bro. I know, bro. It's getting smoked. It's a new thing for me because when I was broke, I didn't really eat. You know what I'm saying? Like I ate, like you just ate to survive. Like now, I eat to enjoy food. I'm like, what would I like for dinner tonight? You know, like what would I like for lunch? Like there are moments, of course, where you just eating just to put something on your stomach. But for the most part, if I'm gonna spend my money, I'm gonna get what I want, you know, because I can afford it. You know, not to say it like I'm just some richie out here, but you know, we were all in college. We know what egg sandwiches were like. You know what I'm saying? Like there are points in our lives where you're just putting something on your food. I mean, on your stomach. So yeah, America's getting smoked. So my third place, my show is gonna be Chinese. I love Chinese. It used to be my number one. It used to be, bro. But I think it goes back to what I was saying. It's because it was a little cheaper. And that was like top tier of what I could afford, but still be like banging. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like similar to like tacos. Like if I went to school in Texas, I imagine tacos is the same thing because you can go get 3 tacos for $3 and you're gonna be able to make it to the next class. But so show Chinese. My place is going to be Italian. I agree with you. I'm going to put that second as well. It's a new thing that I've fallen in love with. I wasn't really a fan of Italian previously just because I felt like it was like all pastas. And then I got to exploring and adding things. And, you know, I'm like, okay, like I see what you did there. I got the switching noodles, you know, like, no, I don't want spaghetti noodles. Give me penne. You know what I mean? like I'll take the 4 cheese ravioli. Yeah, run it. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'll just
like, oh, wait, this one's green.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So I'm gonna put Italian in my second place spot on my place. Now my win right now, top tier food, Caribbean / Jamaican, 100%. There's a place down the street from my house. Plug, they ain't paying me at all. It's called Taste of the Islands. If you are in Dallas or in the area, check that shit out. It's that good, bro. I get on Thursdays. I go every Thursday because they have a combo special where you can get double meat plus rice and peas and cabbage. Every Thursday, I eat the same thing, bro, for lunch. I love it. So Caribbean / Jamaican specifically is going to be my number one top tier food. Straight up. No question about it.
I'd say I don't now when in Rome. Right, if I am on vacation, that I'm for sure slamming it down. But it's something that for me it doesn't translate into America for whatever reason. Now, I have one final question for you on the food topic, and then you take it wherever you want to go for the next like 5 minutes.
Sure.
What's the best way in America to spend $2 and get food?
What part of the country?
You're in a standard part of the country in which you can get anything. Imagine you're in an America's food court.
Okay, $2. That's all you got.
You have $2. You have $2, and you can get some food. right? $2 relatively, right? You know what I'm saying? So like
I'm gonna
less
keep it real,
than
bro.
$5.
You know what I'm gonna do? Pass
What's
me
that?
one of those glizzies. Pass me a glizzy, bro. Pass me a glizzy, bro, because I know for a fact that I might be able to get 2 out the deal for my $2. Like, it's gonna fill me up. If that's all I have, either pass me a glizzy or a taco. But I'm probably gonna go with the hot dogs because they got the bread that's gonna fill you up. I like my tacos on corn, not flour, so those a little bit lighter. It's not gonna give you as much sustainability. But the hot dogs, you're good to go. You're good to go.
I think that the best way in American cuisine to spend $2, egg rolls.
Damn, that's a great suggestion.
I think egg rolls. You almost always get more than like. How many things do you get more than the dollar amount? Right? You spend $2 on egg rolls. I'm always getting 3. Right? You know what I'm saying? You're almost always getting a nice little egg roll package. Right?
That's a fact.
It's got the nice crunch to it. It's got some vegetables in there, so you don't feel as bad as it actually is. But tell me, you have not enjoyed how many? I don't feel I've ever not enjoyed an egg roll. An egg roll has never not delivered, especially fresh out the bag. An egg roll has never not delivered.
Yeah, that's real. A fresh hot egg roll is going to hit the spot. Now you let that mug sit for 45.
It's $2. You can't let any of it sit for 45 minutes.
That's true. Unless you got a bag of chips.
Right.
That's real.
And then you're still hungry.
Right. Definitely still hungry. Although one of my homeboys, I lived with him in college. So, we will be hanging out. You know what I'm saying? People got the munchies, just keeping it real. And everybody has already gone to the store, bought their stuff. After that first round, everybody in the room slams their snacks. Now, I had a homeboy, right? Nobody would notice because we all, we in a different mindset. Nobody notices until that second round goes around and you're like, damn, I'm hungry. I could go for some more chips. And he pulls out the half a bag of chips that he saved. The little bag of chips. You're like, bro, I know this man didn't save half his chips, bro, but he did. And it was really clutch for it.
Hey, you know why? Because I'll tell you one thing. I'll leave you with this. My good friend Nathan told me this, or told all of us this in college. He said, look, man, if you hungry late at night, just drink some water. Just drink water. Just drink a lot of water. You might have to get up and go to the bathroom. I mean,
that's some.
But you know what's gonna happen? Well, you know what's gonna happen when you wake up in the morning? You're gonna be just as hungry. And I tell you, every single night that I woke up, every single night before I went to sleep, I ordered some food on the late night, spent the surcharge, all of that. Cause this is, us dinosaurs, we didn't have Uber Eats and DoorDash and all of these other things going on at these days and times, right? So whenever you order the call, you gotta think about it. Make that fat ass decision. You gotta call somebody to actually talk to them, place the order, all of that, potentially have cash ready. And 99 times out of 99 times, I'm talking about 100% accuracy, right? I know you thought there might have been one or two. No, you're going to be hungry when you wake up because you know what? It's time for you to eat again. And if you just skip that dinner and just drink you some water, you had that little bit of money. You have a little bit more money. Go get you a French breakfast.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Or a glizzy.
Or a glizzy, depending just what type of life or day you want to have right there. I'll tell you this. I think if there's anything that we could leave this podcast with is if you are planning on going and getting your glizzy for the 4th of July, pick the window seat on your return home.
100%.
Anyway, that'll wrap it up for this week's episode of So Let Me Ask You This, which is just two buddies talking about life's trivial topics and insignificant issues. You can follow me at Barton Weiss on all platforms that have @ and the various things I'm doing there, which, again, not too much, but follow me here on Twitch as well.
Yeah. Facts. I was gonna say, yeah, keep up with me at Phil Jackson, pretty much on every platform. Jackson is with 2 Ks. And of course, follow the channel. We do play the game, we do talk shit. We,
might be on the game later today. Later this week, I feel like it's gonna be a definite possibility that we'll be on the game. 100%. Definite possibility. Gotta love it. Shout out to BJ. Hang with us the hell time, my man.
Yeah, man. For sure, man. Well, yeah, Martin, until I see you again, my brother, window seats it is.
Peace.